Hey y'all, so it's your girl Skottychelsea back at you with a brand new video, and I'm all up in your face because this is a eyebrow tutorial. So a couple people have asked me to get this done. It's finally here, so y'all sit back, enjoy, watch as I show you how to slay your brows, sis. Okay, and let's just get started. Okay, so let me just say this first. My brows naturally grow like this. This one is always like up more than this one. So just don't judge me, okay? We're not here to judge, okay? And these brows are not twins, they're sisters. Okay. So without further ado, let's get to this brow do. That was so lame. That was really lame. Let's just start the video. All right, y'all. So look, we're gonna start by prepping our brows to be groomed because we want them to be super neat and clean looking before we start to apply anything on them. So as you can see here, I am just taking my spoolie brush and just brushing my brows upward and outward just to see exactly where I want to start grooming them. So now I'm just going to take my eyebrow scissors and I'm just going to go around the edges of my brows just to clean up any hairs that's like hanging out. That's just making my brows not look as neat as possible. I got those eyebrow scissors from my local beauty store, no more than $1. And now we looking good. Alright. Now I'm going to take my NYX lip liner in a shade dark brown, and I'm going to use a pencil sharpener just to make sure I have a sharp point. And I'm going to start at the beginning of my lower brow line, and I'm going to take small strokes to the backwards of my brows, the way that the hairs are growing, and I'm going to bring that all the way to the tail of my brow so that I can start this fill-in process. Okay, as y'all about to see, you're gonna make mistakes sometimes and it's gonna smudge or whatever, but it's okay, and that's the reason that we have the concealer that you will see later in this tutorial. So now that we have the bottom row done, we can go ahead and move on to the top. And as you can see, we are going to do the exact same with the small strokes going the way that the hairs are naturally growing. Now, when you get to this point where you are at the arch, you do not have to draw this big extra strong looking arch. You just want to make sure it's still going with the natural way of how your brows are actually growing. All you are doing is just defining that arch. And then I'm just going to take the pencil and go toward the front and just fill it in with small strokes. Okay, so then you're gonna see that when I get towards the front, I stop right before I get to that very beginning of the brow part, because I don't want that part to be too dark. We're gonna go ahead and blend that out once we are here. So now I'm gonna take my spoolie brush and I'm just gonna start with the beginning of the brow and try to blend that out as much as possible. You want it to look really like airbrushed and smooth, and then once we get towards the back, we're just gonna make sure all the hairs are in line with each other and nice and neat and full. Now I'm going to take my two LA Girl Pro Concealers in the shade Pure Beige and Cool Tan and mix those two together. I'm going to take this small flat angled brush and I'm going to start at the beginning of the brow and work my way to the back with slight strokes, just to clean up any of the pencil that was out of place, to make it look super neat and clean. As you can see, you will have mistakes, but that's why you're taking your time. That's why you're doing small, slight strokes, so that you can pay attention to those mistakes and don't completely mess it up, and still be able to go back and just clean them up and make sure your lines are super neat and straight. Okay, here guys is the most important part. Just make sure that for your arch, you are just outlining your brow for the natural way that it grows, and making sure that your lines are super neat and clean. Also, you want to start dragging down your concealer into your eyelid, and this is going to give it a more natural and blended look. Now we're starting with the top of the brows, and we're just gonna basically do the same thing. We're just outlining the brow with our concealer by making sure that we're cleaning up any of the extra pencil that we had. Right here, y'all, I realized that I drew too much pencil on this arch part, so it started looking a little lumpy, but don't worry, I'm gonna go back and show you exactly how to fix that. So really all you need to do is just go back and get a little more concealer and just make sure you clean that up as neat as possible. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that out around the brows so that we don't have any harsh lines. Then I'm just gonna move to the next brow and do the exact same thing. So y'all, I like to connect the concealers together and then go down the middle and separate them with whatever concealer is left on my brush. Now this front part with those boxy looking things, I don't like that, so I just take my brush and just blend that out just a little bit, just to make them look a little more natural. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get the most perfect natural brows. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.